creatures that can survive even after death. Scientifically, the loss of all biological functions without a return is called death. Mankind has tried to make sense of it from the first moment that met death, just like he or she tried to make sense of his or her coming of life. The other living creatures that we share the earth with, instead of putting life and death into ambiguity, they just live. Terrific creatures that can adapt themselves to natural conditions continue to live peacefully as long as they are not suffered by humans. For example, let's take a look at the cuttlefish. Cuttlefish, the star of the dish you can order from when you go to a restaurant in the Far East, can survive even though it has come out of water, until a customer orders it. If you pour soy sauce on this dish, called Dancing Cuttlefish, it comes to life on the plate, starts to move its muscles involuntarily by suffering. The state of moving of the cuttlefish after the death is called the Lazarus Effect. It is like a scene from a horror movie. Now, let's take a look at other creatures that can survive after death. Cockroach. Unlike other insects, cockroaches are the only insect species that have not become extinct for centuries. They can overcome many dangers thanks to their ability to imitate death during any attack. Cockroaches that survived even after major events in Chernobyl or Hiroshima are thought to be resistant to all hard conditions and incidences because they have very slow cell cycles and can hold their breath for a full month by slowing down their metabolism. You might think that when a cockroach's head is ruptured, they probably will die. But no, they don't need their heads to breathe. Thanks to segmented body structures, they have small holes in that provide oxygen to enter. In this way, they can live 1 week more, if it's called living. Snake. Snakes are one of the most dangerous and insidious creatures that almost no one wants to encounter. Snakes that carry the poison that could kill you in seconds can survive for an hour, even if it's divided into 3 or even 5 parts. As their metabolism and blood flow are much slower than a human being, the snake's brain continues to work even when you pull its head off. It can even give you the kiss of death, unless its muscles get hurt. Rana. When winter comes, each animal of the animal world has to adapt to different living conditions. Rana frog, also known as tree frogs, can freeze itself for 6 months in winter and bring it back to life once the season gets better. The secret of this incredible talent is still being researched by scientists. According to some results, natural antifreeze is found in the blood of the rana frog. When the ice crystals touch this frog in cold weather, its skin freezes and it hardens its body enough to break when it gets hit. Immediately after that, nucleating protons allow for the water in the blood of it to freeze. In the meantime, the liver begins to secrete a large amount of glucose. This glucose fills the empty cells and prevents excess low water due to cold. Otherwise, the complete low water will kill the frog. However, thanks to the glucose secreted, the inside of the cells never freeze. When the weather gets warm, the absorbed water returns to the cells, heart beats, and blood circulation starts again. So Rana frog returns to life by breathing again. Do you think that the feature of this animal can't be in humans, which experiences a half-death? Octopus. Octopuses perhaps are the most interesting species of submarine creatures. Even that we almost believe to be alien, are the smartest animals in the invertebrate family. In fact, thanks to the scientists who prove that they are very clever, in many countries today it is prohibited to perform any surgical procedures on them without anesthesia. In addition, they can overcome dangers and add life to their lives thanks to the camouflage capabilities. The octopus does not die if one or several of its arms break. On the contrary, broken parts can remain alive in the water for a very long time, and it starts to create new arms for itself. Scientists explain that 80% of the octopus neurons are located in the limbs. That is why the arms can live independently of the body. Octopuses also have 3 hearts. When one stops, the other 2 come into play. Please don't upset them and break their hearts. Cock Mike without a head. In 1945, a farmer named Lyden Olson in Colorado cuts off one of his cocks off to eat for dinner. However, the cock whose head is cut off continues to move as if its head has not been separated from its body and to run from left to right. Realizing that the cock has survived for days in this situation, Lloyd calls him Mike and makes him a pet. Lloyd could keep Mike alive for 2 years with the help of a dropper by transmitting food directly into the esophagus and removing mucus from the throat with a syringe. During his time when researched by the University of Utah professors, Mike's head axe cutting movement was so professionally made that the peduncle, brainstem, and carotid artery of the cock had no damage. Thus, he could easily perform his vital functions such as heartbeat and blood circulation and breathing. The cock's brain was so small that you can meet a cock which doesn't even realize that it has lost its brain. Oh, and keep in your mind, no man has ever been able to continue life after death. Don't dare to try that.